So this week I want to do the video just a little bit differently. I am going to tell you my goals for the week, and that is to make 5 more free patterns for the hashtag Share the Love IG challenge. And so I plan to make this little green alien. It's cute. It looked simple. It was on the list before. I didn't end up making it, so I want to try that one. And then next up is another Jellycat pattern. And it's this little egg that I want to try, and it's so cute. So that one definitely was one of the ones I had found. All of these, I found them when I was trying to do the first video that you've already seen. So now the rubber duck. The rubber duck is so cute. It's no-sew, and yeah, it looks like you can make a lot of those. So I'm gonna give those a shot. And this has to be the cutest. The donut turtle is absolutely so cute. I even wanted you to see more pictures, so I slid to the left, swipe to the left so you can see more pictures of it. It's so cute. And the next one I think is that's coming up is a Plushie Co. free pattern, and I have done her squid, and now she's got a free squid keychain pattern, which is going to be perfect for using up scraps. So I'm going to give that one a shot. And I also found, I feel like this is more than 5, but I also found this really cute free cow pattern. And, you know, cows are just totally in, and a free pattern. And this one looks really good. So I want to give that one a shot. And finally, this little goblin. So cute with those big old eyes. I definitely want to try that one. So hashtag Share the Love IG challenge part 2. Hey guys, my dog is gonna bark, but real quick, I want to tell you that I am most definitely, as we talked about earlier in the video, we are gonna do 5 or 6 additional free patterns. That's the goal for the week. I will also be working on my Crow Boo Boo pattern from Plushie Co. And I will also be working on the knitted sweater as well. So you'll see all that progress. The 5 patterns from Instagram for the hashtag Share the Love IG challenge, that will be featured here. You'll see me making them, but the actual video with all the information about them will be a separate video. So, because I want to tag some more people. When I was tagging before, I was trying my best to think of people, and I just could not think of anybody other than Rail, who makes Amis. And so I thought of a few more people, and I shall challenge them in the next video. This is a hashtag that's probably going to go on and on and on. I'm creating my own playlist on my channel of the ones I come across, but April from the Cozy Buckeye and Stacy from Stacy Makes, they are the hosts, and they are creating a master playlist as well. So hashtag Share the Love challenge, it will be ongoing. So many people are already picking up on it, so it's a fun challenge. You should give it a try, even if your name is not called, because again, my name was not called. I just jumped in. Okay, I'll be back. For this video, I'm also going back to my yarn bag challenge. I will be trying to get rid of or use up a lot of what's in here, and I have another bag as well, but there's a lot of things. I'm working on the green alien now with this one, and I got the head and the 2 legs or 2 arms done. I'm about to do the 2 legs and work on the body. So there's a lot going on in here. This is the biggest ball. This is Bernat Blanket. This is the newer formula. So I have to decide what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna try to do something big enough to use up most of it, or several of the same thing. We'll see. But anyway, it's a lot going on in here. And then I have another yarn bag, and we're just going to endeavor to use up all of this stuff that's in this bag. I will maybe take the time later to show you what is in here, other than this big old Bernat Blanket, this Chenille Home Slim. I think I have the yarn in here that I could do the egg Ami with the little what is it, Jellycat inspired egg. I think I have that in here as well. Anyway, it's a lot of remnants and they get on my nerves because they keep coming undone. So I want to just get this bag emptied. It may take me 2 weeks, but let's give it a shot. Okay, bye. Come on. Everybody, we are having a nice Sunday here in sunny Southern California. I still had a gift card from Christmas, and so we came to Barnes & Noble. We were getting coffee, and then we're going home, and I will continue to crochet, but this is the book I got. Second Chance Convenience Store by Kim Ho-young. I love Rainbow Rowell, guys, so I just grabbed this one right away without even reading the back, but then I turned around and read the back, and I still want to read it. So Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell and The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. This book has been on my list for a while. In what is it, Goodreads. I had this listed as something I want to read, so now I have it, and we shall read. Steve got some books too. You can see his over there, but I'll just share mine for now. Hey guys, it's Sunday, and okay. I am working on the Alien. It's Alvin the Alien, and it is a free Instagram pattern. So I did get started with the next hashtag Share the Love IG challenge patterns that I want to do that we talked about earlier. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to finish this one tonight. It is Sunday. It's the beginning of a new crafty week, and I think I can finish this one tonight. It's really straightforward so far, and so far, you know, with this particular pattern, you make the head, you make the 2 arms because you're going to crochet those in, and then you start with the 2 feet at the bottom, and then you work up to the body. And so that means that pretty much this is done. Like, once you get all the rounds, and that is the final plain round there for this. Once you get all of the rounds done, the plain rounds, you start decreasing, and you end up sewing on the head, and then you have to do the 2 little antennae that the alien has. So yeah, I think possibly I could finish this tonight if I could stay motivated. I have we had panda for dinner, but I put a chicken dish in the crock pot, so that'll be ready for tomorrow's dinner, and even for lunches if that's what we want to do. And then I think I'm going to do some kind of, I did this dish years ago, a meatless dish if I remember it right, but I might add some chicken. It's lentils, and it's like a lentil sweet potato curry that I think it's done in the crock pot as well. I gotta find the recipe and put that all together for something else for us to eat this week. I am working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and once again I had the forethought at the beginning of the year to request off. So 4th of July is Friday. That's a federal holiday. We get that. I requested off the Thursday before, and I requested off the Monday after. So I'm gonna have a 5-day week by the time you got weekend. So I think by the time you guys see this, I would either be in that weekend or I would have been done with that weekend. I think I'll be done because I have one more video to upload before this one uploads. Today is Sunday, the 29th of June, and wow, can you believe half of 2025 is over? Hope everybody's doing good. I don't think I really actually set any goals. Did I at the beginning of the year? I don't know. If I did, I blew them all because I had about 2 or 3 months where it was just really hard to crochet. So anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to keep on working. All right, guys, just working away on this Sunday evening. Just wanted to just push through and get the alien done. And at some point, I tried to show you there, Bella had just sat on my lap and made it quite challenging. But we got this far at that point. We actually are all done with the alien, and you will see that in the Share the Love IG challenge video. Alright guys, I finished this little frog. This is another free pattern on Instagram. However, I have done this one before, so it is not part of the challenge. But it's a cute little frog. And he has booty. Alright, that's it for me. The alien is done. I just have a tiny bit of this yarn left. And yeah, that's that. Moving on to the next ball of yarn. Bye. And we did get to the Jellycat egg. This pattern is quite challenging. We'll talk about it more. It is not one that I would recommend for a beginner. There were lots of things to just figure out. There were typos, but I was determined to make this egg, so I did. It's all done. You will see that later in another video. And then I just moved on to the little elf. This is such a fun challenge. Alright guys, this is how far I have gotten on my little elf. It's an elf. I call it a dobby or a goblin, but this is actually a little elf. And this is how far I got, but I am getting kind of sleepy, so I don't want to make mistakes, so I'm going to stop. You see I have a little, it's a lollipop stick from like the food crafting section of Michael's. I had bought these a long time ago when I don't know if you've been around long enough, you remember when I made that candy themed Christmas wreath that's actually still on my wall. And I bought these because some of the things on the wreath were lollipops, but I only needed 2, and it was like a bag of 100. So I find that when I have these smaller, when I need to stabilize the neck of a army, they come in handy. If it's a bigger army, I would put in 2 or 3, but it's doing a pretty good job right now. Anyway, that's where we stand. So I have now finished the alien. I have also finished the egg, the Jellycat egg. And now I'm here. This is my 3rd of the 5 free patterns that I'm doing for the Share the Love IG challenge. It'll be my 2nd video. So anyway, that's it so far. Bye. Good morning, guys. This morning, I have now completed 3 of the initial projects that I had mentioned earlier in the video. And so when I was doing that part of the video showing you the things I intended to make this week, I thought maybe I had done more than 5. And I was trying to figure out what's next. I know I've done 3, and I thought I had said I was going to do 5. I know I said that. So I was like, what's my other one? And the only one I could remember was the turtle, the donut turtle, which I am going to make. But I was in the mood for something just a little bit less complicated. That one's not complicated, but it's more complicated than some of the others. And so I was like, oh, let me see. And ended up realizing in the process that I had actually shown you guys 7 different patterns, not 5. So this was one of the first 5, which was the rubber duck. And what I'm doing is, my friend in Chicago found the Just Chanel yarn, my bestie, and she found it in her Dollar Tree and got me some. And so I have not used them, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to go ahead and get it done. Now, I wanted a bigger duck. I don't want it to be super, super small. So I decided that I would hold these 2 together. I have 2 of each color, so they might all end up being rubber ducks. We'll see. But this is I'll tell you who the designer is when I make the other video. But anyway, here's the progress. This is Premier Just Chanel yarn. You guys are familiar with it. You get 65 yards, and it's 100% polyester, 60 meters. $1.25, y'all. They say this is a size 6. It's really not. Okay, this is Bernat blanket. That's a 6. This is Just Chanel. There's no way that's a 6. It's not even really a 5, I don't think. So I'm holding the 2 together, hoping to get a pretty decent size rubber duck. Okay, it is Wednesday morning, and I know that I will have the time to do all 7 of these during this vlog, because after today I am not working again until next week. So I'm so excited about that. Can you tell? All right, that's it. That's all. I will see you in the next clip. Bye. All right, guys, I am it's Wednesday night, and it is today was my last day of work. I've been talking about that, and I so want to just stay up and crochet, but Lord have mercy, I am so sleepy. So I at least got these 2 parts of the donut for the donut turtle finished, and my idea was to use this Loops and Threads flex yarn so that I wouldn't have to embroider the sprinkles. Isn't that genius? Anyway, I'm gonna have a vanilla frosted sprinkles donut turtle here, and I'm gonna try to put the 2 pieces together, at least of the donut, before I have to go to sleep. But this is project number, I've done 5, so this is project number 6 out of the 7 that I showed you at the beginning. I did the squid keychain, which was super easy. I'll probably do several more of those. And the rubber duck was so easy that I bought today some, and I know I have some somewhere, and I should have looked harder, but I couldn't find it. I bought a yellow Chanel Home so I can make a big yellow rubber duck. And I also have some pink number 7 jumbo. I've got some white and number 7 jumbo. So I may have some more rubber ducks coming out of that jumbo yarn. Anyway, and for sure there will be more of those squid keychains. They were super easy. I was on my weekly small group Zoom and started and finished one. So yeah, let me get this done because I just want to lay down. Let me get this done. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is the donut. Right, wrong sides together, sewn together in the middle circle, the inner circle of the donut. And now we're about to sew around the outside and stuff. And let's hope this goes well. I will check back in a minute. Alright guys, the donut portion of this little donut turtle is complete. And I was a little bit concerned because this right here, I believe, maybe it is Bernat. I don't know. It was feeling more like Sweet Snuggles or what is it? Chanel Home Slim. But I don't know. Maybe this was. Anyway, and this is definitely the Loops and Threads. So I think both are Loops and Threads, but anyway, they worked. They played well together. I thought this one was going to crochet up much smaller than this one, and even if that did happen, it still wouldn't be a problem, because then you just have more frosting on the donut part. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tempted to keep going. My plan is to use the green colorway of this for the body, so it's just gonna have sprinkles all over. But anyway, the donut portion of the donut turtle is all done. Night night.
Here, sweetie. Bella.
Hey guys, I'm coming on real quick. I've been off today and I was able to finish the donut turtle, which you guys will see. I was gonna do a separate video, but since I already did a challenge video, I'm just gonna add it all in. But I will show you all the projects that I did complete. That'll be the last part of this vlog, this crafty vlog. But I wanted to show you, I did work on the knitting. Now, this morning when I got up, I told myself I'm gonna start. I started at 7:30 a.m. and I told myself that I would knit until, I think I said 9:30. And guys, knitting grows very slowly and I am a slow knitter, so I put a progress keeper on here so you can see what I got done today. And it's gonna be like, what? That's all? But hold on, let me find it. Okay, so when I started, I was where that green stitch marker is, and so really I only got, like, it looks like I got possibly six rows done. And what had happened was I totally messed up, and I had to frog back, and so that took forever, and I ended up knitting until from 7:30 to 10 a.m. and then I moved on, and I don't think I didn't do any crocheting until the afternoon. Me and Bella went to the dog park. I watched one of my dramas. There's a daily drama that I watch, and it is the most dramatic novella-like. That's what the Korean dramas, especially the daily ones, they're only about 35 to 40 minutes long, and they are so over the top with the things that happen. And it's quite cringe, but it's quite enjoyable, so I really like it. Anyway, look at my stitch stoppers, my little mushrooms. And yeah, this is where I'm at. It looks like, yeah, I got about 6 or maybe only 4 rows done. And at least that's some progress. But I am thinking we're gonna go out and get some street tacos, and we're gonna sit at the truck, and we're gonna bring out our chairs and eat outside. So I might bring my knitting to see if I can get any of it done. It might not be the wisest thing, because we are bringing Bella, we are gonna be with our friends, and I might make a mistake. So I'll decide whether or not this is something I will work on. But I'm very happy that I did get some work done on it. I just figured just do a little bit on a regular basis and you will eventually get it done. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is the Greenfield cardigan by Melissa Lavare, and that is what we're going for. So you can see where I'm at is I have 2 buttonholes, so I am pretty much to that second buttonhole. As you can see that right there, I'm there. And now I'm gonna knit 20 rows and then add the 3rd buttonhole, and then I can move on. I can just knit until we get it done. There is a little bit of purling on the wrong side row. You do purl about 8 stitches, but that's not a lot. Anyway, that's it for the knitting progress. I still have one more project to do on that list that I gave y'all at the beginning of this video, and that is the cow pattern. So I've got to get that one done, and then that whole list will be done. And at that point, which I think that's what I'm gonna do between today and tomorrow, I'm gonna start and finish that cow, so then now I can go back to my Labubu. I found or learned about a jellyfish pattern that is so pretty from Stacy Makes. She showed this pattern. I immediately went and bought it, and I'm going to use my flex yarn. That's Bella, y'all. That's Bella playing with her one toy that she hasn't torn up, and I hope she doesn't. Anyway, I'm gonna use that loosened threads flex yarn to make at least one, maybe 2 of those jellyfish. So I'll come back to you guys in the next clip and show you what I got done. Okay, bye. Hey y'all, we at the street taco place. Let me show you. And it's in the grocery store parking lot. And there's our seats between our 2 cars. That's what we're gonna do. Have street tacos tonight. Everybody's off work tomorrow. Bella's here and she's wild. Yeah, that's that. Okay, bye. Good morning, guys. So, this is how far I got on the cow before I just felt so sleepy that I had to go to bed. But I did get this far in the plane rounds. And, yeah, it's Friday morning. Happy 4th of July. And, I'm just going to continue on. I was tempted to start the knitting, but I'm going to go ahead and work on this cow and get it done. And that'll be the last project of this challenge. And then I'm moving back to whatever else I want to do. Okay, be back. Bye. So here we are. I got a lot of the arms attached, and now I'm in the process of attaching the legs for the cow, and I am using plushy pins, Ami sticks, whatever you want to call them, to hold the pieces in place. I find I'm much more accurate when I use them. And yeah, they're all sewn on, but I'm actually finished with this project. We'll talk about the pattern at the end. Moving on, I decided to rest my hands and make plushy pins because I had 6 sets in the Etsy shop. I am down to 3 sets there, and I'm hoping to do a live sale. So I said, let me just get going on that. Anyway, that's where we're at. Hey guys, it's me. Sorry about that. It's Kim the Crafty Nomad, and I am back to end out this weekly vlog. Guys, in about an hour or 2, I will be going live on YouTube with some of my crochet gal pals, my crochet sisters, and we are going to be doing a live sale. So I've been running around gathering up some things that I wanted to try and sell, and but I need to make this video first. And yeah, all of these things that I am doing are this is the end of the for me, I think, for the Share the Love IG challenge that is hosted by Stacy Makes and the Cozy Buckeye. So April is the Cozy Buckeye and Stacy is Stacy Makes here on YouTube. This is an Instagram challenge where you share 5 free patterns from Instagram and hype them up, share them out, and tag and follow the creators so that we can share the love with them for even being willing to put out these free patterns. I actually started out saying I was going to do 5 in this video. Then later on, I realized I had actually said 7. I showed you 7 different patterns, and then I pulled off one more. So I'm showing you 8 different patterns today. And I think I'm going to start with the last one first, and then everything is going to be very, very random because it's just in a pile right here. And I have a bag to put them in so I can move them out of the way so then I can get ready for this live sale. So these are not going to be in the sale because I haven't thought about pricing or anything. I just finished them. So these will, guys, I'm really, really, really trying to get my courage up to do Palm Street and to do a sale there, and these will likely be a part of that. Anyway, let's get started with this to end out this weekly vlog and to show you how all these projects came out. Now, this first project, again, you have not seen it at all because I just did it last night and this morning I finished it up. This one is called Puppy Goose, and it is designed by IreneVidal. I think I got that right. I believe. First I was like El Deal, but no, it's like, and I looked at her profile and she's definitely her native tongue seems to be Spanish, so I think it's El Rincon Diale or Diale. And this is Puppy Goose, and it turned out fantastic. Let me show you guys. Here is Puppy Goose. This was so easy, so straightforward. The little bonnet, the little hat, I didn't put the flower on it. It does have a little pattern for a flower, but I didn't think it needed it, so I didn't do it. I embroidered the eyes. So this one is absolutely baby safe. And the hat does come off, but I'm not going to take it off. It just was a fun little pattern. I used Bernat blanket. This is Sweet Snuggles Light, and the hat is that Loops and Threads flex yarn, which I said is very, very similar to blanket yarn. It's about the same, really. So they played really well together, and I really, really like the way it came out. This pattern, when you read it, it's a great pattern. If you are a beginner, you might get a little bit confused because I think what happened is in the translation some things just didn't translate well. I believe the original the native tongue of the designer is Spanish, and so some things you're just gonna have to be a little bit intuitive about. If you know how to crochet and you've been doing amigurumis for a while, you can figure it out very easily. But and if not, you know, and you want to do this, just ask for help. Anyway, this is you do the whole head, body to head in one piece. These are separate and sewn on. This is separate and sewn on. This is separate and sewn on. And this is separate and just put on. You could sew it down, but it's fine if it's nice and snug and it won't fall off. So that is Puppy Goose. I think you could call it Mother Goose and get a storybook and put it together and have it be a nice little baby shower gift, just because the eyes are embroidered and all of that. Now I did end up for the neck in this one, I did put one of those hair rollers in there to stabilize that neck a bit. Because, you know, anytime it gets skinny and long and then you have a big head, you could end up with a bobble head, but I put that in for extra stabilization and it seems to be working. All right, next, Alvin the Alien. It was one of the first things I showed you that I was gonna make. Oh no, what? Oh no. I really thought this was fluff on the back of here, but this looks like somehow Alvin got, I'm struggling. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to clean up Alvin, but as you can see, I thought this was like some brown fluff, but it's actually some red, and it's actually still coming off. Anyway, Alvin the Alien, really simple, really easy. This was made with Chanel Home Slim. And I think the colorway, I don't know, maybe avocado, I don't know what their colorways are, but anyway, it was the green. I think I still have one ball of it up there, so I could get it, but I'm really upset there. I'm gonna put that over there and see if I can get that off with a makeup wipe, I hope. And let me make sure that it's not anywhere else on my hands, and I hope nowhere else on this. Gosh. Hold on, let me wipe my hands. Hold on, let me just check. Hold on. Guys, I'm completely freaked out. I was scared that it was all over everything. I don't know what that was, but it was still not even dry. Whatever that red stuff was, as soon as I wiped it with like I used a makeup wipe first, it just it immediately started coming off, but it also spread a little bit. So then I just had to, you know, just try and take care of it. So I believe I got it off. We're gonna see how it looks when it dries. But I'm so traumatized. Okay. Moving on. Hold on. So that was Alvin the Alien, and Alvin is by Mary Loves Crochet. It's a beautiful pattern. It is easy to do, and came out wonderfully. I'm just struggling. I'm scared. I didn't get no red on my goose. No, the goose looks fine in the bag. Okay. Next up is going to be Maury the elf, and he just came out. So cute. I'm making him again, though, because I was finishing him up at work, and I really wanted to finish. I was doing it on my lunch break and then my breaks. And, I only had these 14 millimeter eyes. His eyes should be at least 18 or 20 millimeters. And so I'm going to do it again, different colorway. But Maury, the elf, is by Lamantinka on Instagram. Such a cute pattern. Now, by the way, this pattern, this challenge now, April opened it up. It could be a YouTube tutorial. Like now, it could be, and it could be any kind of free pattern. So jump in. Also, FYI, I haven't tried it yet, but I keep hearing people say that it's possible for people who are following you, or maybe just anybody. I hope not anybody, but people can post on the community tab. So if you decide to do the Instagram, the Share the Love IG challenge, and you don't have a YouTube channel and you still want to share that you participated, because I tag everybody. I tag everybody who follows me, everybody who watches this. You are all tagged. You can do it. Stacy Makes will be in April. From the Cozy Buckeye. All the information will be linked down below, and you can go ahead and read the rules and jump in. Anyway, Maury the elf turned out so great, and you could call him Dobby. You know, he is a he looks like Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter. So very, very, very cool. Turned out so great. All of this is that Hirschner's squishy yarn that I got, and this yarn is super sheddy, but the colors and the way it works out, it might be worth it. I don't know. I might have ordered some more. Okay. Anyway, next is the rubber duck no sew, all no sew, and I think with Maury the elf, you had to sew the arms on and you had to sew the ears on, but everything else was one piece. But this is no, so you even crochet in the beak. Now this right here is the Just Chenille yarn from Premier that you could get in the Dollar Tree. And so I held it double. So this is how big it came out, being held double. I do plan to make one out of Chenille Home or Sweet Snuggles, the big giant number 7, and we'll see how that goes. I have a couple of rope balls of that. By the way, I bought another ball and I found another ball this morning. I did not need to buy that. Anyway, here we go. And I used the Sweet Snuggles light to do the beak. But this is a genius pattern. No so. Possibly because of the way it's made and depending on how you crochet, you might have to close up a little hole right here, but I didn't end up having to, and it worked out beautifully. This was a genius pattern. It starts out very similar to Mabel Chicken, but then it takes a turn and a twist and you end up with a rubber duck. Love it. Came out wonderful. And that rubber duck pattern, rubber duck is from Huggaroomy Toys on Instagram. Next, we have, oh gosh, oh yes, I forgot to write that down. Did I write that down? I did. Okay, this is the cow pattern. This is Coco the Cow. It is from Missionia on Instagram. I will link all of these in the description box below, but I use the squishy yarn, but I think this pink is possibly a ball of leftover, possibly Posh. It looks very much like Posh, but it could be Baby Bear. I don't know. But yeah, I found it in my bag and I used it because y'all know I'm doing another yarn bag challenge. I'm trying to clear that yarn out, but I also keep adding yarn in, so it's definitely gonna take me 2 or 3 weeks to get that bag empty if I keep adding things in. But anyway, very, very cute. I have some 16mm safety eyes. I got these off of Amazon. I like to use them sometimes, but she turned out super, Coco turned out super cool, very easy. Missionia on Instagram. Very cute. Okay, so that is, I think that was pattern number 5. Pattern number 6 is going to be the squid keychain from Plushie Co. And these are fantastic. Very easy, very market prep friendly. I would say the cow, I would do it for market prep, but for those of you who do not like to sew, there's lots of sewing on the cow. It worked up really quickly, but if you don't like to sew and you feel like that's just gonna mean it needs to cost too much, then I would say that would not be market prep friendly. But I would say Puppy Goose is, even though you have to sew. I think Alvin the Alien is, depending on the type of crocheter you are. For Alvin the Alien, the only thing you had to sew on was the, did you have to sew on the arms? I think we crocheted in the arms, but you had to sew on the tentacles at the top, the antennae, I mean. Coco, you had to sew quite a bit because it was all in pieces. It was body, head, ears, horns, feet, arms. You sewed the whole thing, so it was absolutely not no sew or even low sew, but I still think it's market prep friendly because it's so quick. I will say though, it's very similar to Mom Stitchetti's paid pattern, except hers is doll like, so the cow is standing, and so you do less sewing on hers because you start with the legs and come on up and make a body. I think you can crochet, even if she doesn't crochet in the arms, you could crochet in the arms. So it's a very similar pattern to Mom Stitchetti, so it's a good alternative if you want a free one. But if you want less sewing, you could go with Mom Stitchetti's cow pattern. Anyway, completely, the only thing you have to do is sew up the bottom on this and sew up these sides here, but that's all her squid patterns are. It turned out so cute. You can make a rainbow, just like in her post, you'll see it. She has every color. I just used the color that I had sitting there, but yeah, these turned out super, super, super cute. And yeah, highly recommend this pattern from Plushie Co. Then I made the donut turtle. Look at the donut turtle, guys. It's got white frosting on it, and what I did, because I didn't want to embroider the sprinkles. Okay, this pattern, the donut turtle, is from crocheting old lady on Instagram, and I didn't want to add on the sprinkles, so I had the flex yarn right there from Loops and Threads, and so that's what I did. And it already has the flex in it, which will mimic the sprinkles. And yeah, all done. I use pretty much flex yarn even for the green part, as you can see. That's flex, as well as that's it. And then the bottom is the chenille home in the colorway, I think it's sand, is what I use for that. Anyway, the yarns play really well together, and there you have it. The donut turtle. Final one that I did, this is pattern number 8. I'm throwing this in there because you already saw this little froggy. We did that. We had done that before, so it's not a part of the challenge. But we will still link this pattern designer down below if you want a quick, easy little frog. You don't have to put the booty, but there you go. He's got a booty. You don't have to put the booty. And it will use up your scraps. Turned out really cute. But my final pattern of the challenge is this crochet egg, and it is by a designer named Not Tava on Instagram. And this is another Jellycat inspired pattern, and here it is. It is as cute as it can be. This is the only one though that I had the most problems with. Since for this challenge, you're using patterns that you never used before, I didn't know what to expect with this one. There were just some things that if you are not a seasoned crocheter, you might not be able to figure out. And I figured out how to make it work. But I think the designer probably, hopefully one day, should go back and redo this one. But I was just determined, so I made it work. This Jellycat pattern turned out super cute. In the end, it turned out super, super cute. And I really enjoyed making it. In the future, I will probably try to find a different one. If I really wanted to make this again, I would just have to try and find a different pattern, or just tweak this one, write it out for myself, how to fix some of the things, and go from there. But anyway, it's cute as it can be. My last Jellycat pattern. So that is it. That is all. Those are, and that one I used, all of that is Chenille Home. No, Sweet Snuggles Light. All of that is Sweet Snuggles Light, except for the legs, which would have been these legs are some ice yarn that I have that I like using, and it works well, play well together. Anyway, that's it. That's all, guys. And that is gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna get over here and continue getting ready for this live sale. Wish me luck. By the time you see this, the sale will be over. But I had fun doing the Instagram challenge. I really enjoyed the Share the Love IG challenge. Thank you, April from the Cozy Buckeye, and Stacy from Stacy Makes for really putting this whole thing together. Again, I have never been tagged. I just wanted to do it and I jumped in. So I'm telling you all, you are tagged. Get in there, do it, share it. There's so many patterns I've learned about because of this challenge and have saved for myself. So I think you should just do it. Just do it. So who am I tagging this time? I am going to formally tag Shondell from Classy Handmade, and I also want to tag Kelly from Crochet Moth for Life. And I think I'm going to tag another non-YouTuber, and that is going to be IreneVidal. You are also tagged in this hashtag sharetheloveigchallenge. All right. So again, I'm gonna put Stacy Makes and April's information down there. Go and read the rules. It's just basically find 5 free patterns on Instagram that you have never done, and then make them, and then post them, and follow the designer, tag the designer, and just give them a lot of love, because it's not easy. I have only written a couple of patterns, and it's not easy, and my patterns are super simple. I've never really written amigurumi. So that's even more so, because you're trying to get a certain shape, you're trying to achieve a certain look, and you gotta know how to do shaping and write it out so other people can understand what is in your head. That's a lot of work, so they deserve the love for actually being willing to put out all these free patterns. For the most part, if I just look at the 8 I did plus the 5 I did, I've done 13 free Instagram patterns, and they have all been fantastic. I have only really struggled with that egg, but I think, check the last video, but I don't think I struggled with anything else. The egg stands out because it was a struggle, but other than that, it still was cute, and it was worth figuring it out. And I'm still grateful for the designer, because again, it is not easy to put your work out there for someone to try and do. So anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. Let me get off of here and get ready for my sale. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you're having a great summer. It is July already. We just had 4th of July yesterday. I've been off, and I've been loving it, and probably a little too much. But even today is Saturday. I still got 2 more days to be off. So that's why I knew I would be able to get this challenge done and get this video finished. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Until we meet again, keep it crafty.